Luka Doncic leaving Ben Simmons for dead, and Ja Morant's instinctive interception in midair have been some of the highlights of the 2022 season. And that got us thinking, what have been some of the best plays in the history of the NBA? We'll be looking at the 10 best NBA plays ever. Of course, MJ has several features on here, but which one of his plays make it to number 1? Let's find out. First up at number 10, Dwayne Wade steal and buzzer beater. Dwayne Tyrone Wade Jr., what a player. And this was the best play of his career. He played on another level throughout this showing against the Bulls in the 2009-10 season. Everyone remembers the match-winning three, but he scored 2 more fantastic three-pointers. The first one came at the end of the first half, and it was desperate. The second was dramatic as he sunk one late in the final seconds of regulation to force overtime. And the third, we don't have words for that. With less than 4 seconds left on the clock and the game tied at 127-127, Wade stole the ball from John Salmons and made a running three-pointer because he couldn't have reached the opposite end. And time would have run out, but the minute the ball left his hands, the entire arena knew it was going in. If this is at number 10, imagine how epic the upcoming entries must have been. Then at number 9, Larry Bird's steal and pass to Johnson. The Celtics were the defending champions who played in the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals when they came up against a young, tough-as-nails Pistons side. It was Game 5 and the aging Celtics looked down and out. A loss would mean the Pistons can clinch the series in Detroit in Game 6. Down by a point and the Pistons in possession in the closing seconds, it looked like the game was over. As Isaiah Thomas appeared to throw the ball inbounds from the sideline, Larry Bird popped out of nowhere and saw the captain look toward Bill Laimbeer in the low post. It was a matter of quick thinking as Bird swooped in, stole the ball, and it almost looked like it wouldn't matter because he nearly took it out of bounds. Somehow, he kept his balance and played a quick pass to Johnson, who laid it in and put the Celtics in the lead with 1 second left on the clock. After that, at number 8, Reggie Miller's sensational closing act. Some 27 years ago or so, Indiana Pacers' Reggie Miller produced one of the best closings in the game's history. He stunned the Knicks in 9 seconds of madness. The Pacers trailed the Knicks 105-99 with less than 20 seconds of Game 1 remaining in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Out of nowhere, the Pacers guard took over as he got the ball thanks to a fantastic three-pointer and followed it up with another one with the help of an immediate steal to tie the game. If that wasn't shocking enough, the Knicks missed a pair of free throws on the other hand, and just as he was grabbing the rebound, Miller was fouled. He didn't miss the free throws and completed the remarkable comeback in only 9 seconds with 2 free throws. Those 8 points in 9 seconds inspired the Pacers to win the series in 7. On to number 7, Jeff Malone's behind the backboard buzzer beater. While still in his rookie season, Jeff Malone played the 30th game of the season for the Washington Bullets, with his side trailing the Detroit Pistons by 5. The Bullets had the worst three-pointer percentage per game, but in the dying minutes of the game, with fans heading for the exits, Ricky Sobers made his 3rd triple of the night to cut the deficit to 102-100 with 11 seconds left on the clock. Immediately afterward, John Long missed both his free throw attempts on the other end, and Washington had a chance. It would require a miracle, but it was a chance, and that was all they needed. Without a timeout in mind, Darren Day tossed a no-look headed for the front row seats, but Jeff, the rookie, grabbed the ball and immediately released it before he headed out. The flying prayer was answered and the Bullets stole a famous win. Up next at number 6, Derek Buzzer's cold game winner versus the Spurs. The Lakers were playing against the San Antonio Spurs, 2 of the year's best teams, and Western Conference semifinals were deadlocked at 2 games apiece. Out of nowhere, Tim Duncan produced a magic moment for the Spurs, hitting a wild jumper from the foul line with only 0.4 seconds to go. The Spurs were 73-72 and understandably thought they'd won. Phil Jackson, though, called timeout and rallied his troops with only 0.4 seconds left. Almost immediately, Gary Payton inbounded and Fisher broke free to his left and launched the best fadeaway of his life. Remember, all this happened in less than 0.4 seconds. He hit nothing but net from there on. Coming in at number 5, Damian Lillard's .9 shot. Every fan remembers the .9 shots from Damian Lillard, and if you say it, in Portland, you might just get a free drink at the right bar. It was Dame time back then. Nobody knew about it. Lillard knew, though, and that's all that mattered. After being eliminated in the first round 6 straight times, the Trailblazers hadn't advanced to the second round in 14 years. Playing against the favorites, the Rockets led by James Harden and Dwight Howard, Lillard stunned everyone after winning the first 2 games on the road. A couple of losses later, the Blazers' opportunity came at home. It was now or never because they weren't going to win Game 7 in Houston, and Lillard drained a three-pointer off an inbounds pass with 0.9 on the clock. It was made even more iconic because he grabbed the microphone and shouted, "R.I.P. City." Moving on to number 4, MJ's free throw line dunk. This might not have significance beyond the play itself, but it's a moment that has since been etched in history. It's so iconic that it created the billion-dollar Jordan brand and produced the greatest image in the history of the sport. Okay, maybe one of the most iconic images in sports history. Many have done it since, and many did it before him too, but there's something special about it. A dunk from a free throw line, staggering, simply staggering Air Jordan truly. One hand on the ball as he flies to the poster and slam dunks the best dunk you'll ever see. Into the top 3 with LeBron faking the entire arena. Before LeBron joined the Lakers, he provided a trailer of what he was bringing to LA. Playing against the Lakers, he had the ball, and it was obvious what his next move would be to Kyle Korver, who is wide open. Korver's one of the greatest three-point shooters, and you could bet your houses that this would be the play. But this is LeBron we're talking about. He doesn't do the obvious. The King fakes out not only the player guarding him, the Lakers, the entire arena, but also the cameraman. While everyone's looking at where the ball is, it ends up being a no-look pass to Ante Zizic, who finds himself free for an uncontested dunk. Superb. Coming in at number 2, the final shot by MJ. Given how iconic Michael Jordan is, it's no surprise that he was as clutch as they came. He was never afraid to take the final shot. Maybe that's what separates him from the rest. And the best part was, he would make it too. Perhaps the most iconic of final shots is called the final shot, which came against the Utah Jazz. With Utah leading by a point, they missed their opportunity and MJ ran to the other end of the court. Wait, no, that's not right. He jogged to the other end of the court. He's too cool. He came up with a lovely light feint and simply sunk the 3 to hand the 6th title to that fantastic Bulls side. Finally, at number 1, Tracy McGrady, 13 points, 33 seconds. We're sorry if you disagree, but this deserves to be number 1. It's the best play and also the most clutch one. Down by 12, the Rockets were down and out, but Tracy McGrady produced the biggest miracle in NBA history. He would score 13 points in 33 seconds. They included 4 buckets from beyond the arc. If that's not crazy, we don't know what is. Then he made a free throw to complete a 4-point play and came up with a steal. This is the stuff of dreams. The final shot was beautiful as he picked a new spot on the floor. He halted his sprint and shot over Barry with 1.7 seconds on the clock. The Rockets were up by 1 and McGrady was an instant legend. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Is there any other play from NBA history that should have made the list? And do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments below and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.